Hello viewers, Super GT here. Welcome back to the road to Division 1 in Dirt 4. And, well, here we go. We are in Michigan, USA on our quest to become a member of the highest division in the competitive scene of Dirt 4. And away we go then from the line. We tried to get to the end basically without dying. Because if you watch the previous episode number 1, you'll know that my method is go all out, guns blazing, which often results in me dying at one point during the stage. So I'm gonna go with that approach again, and just hope that I don't make that stupid mistake, which I always seem to make. And we'll see, shall we? Almost going a bit wide there into the trees. I think Michigan, though, out of all of the 5 locations, probably one of the more forgiving ones. You don't have these massive banks everywhere, although around this corner you do. If you go wide, there is some leeway, shall we say. The trees aren't too close as well, so a bit more space to play with. And as I go way too hot into there, you see they're going to lose a little bit of time. Trying not to focus too much on my position, which we can see at the top right and on the left hand side of the screen. I am actually in first place as we go through the halfway split, and there it is. That is the Super GT era. I've rolled over, I've killed a couple of people. 4-second penalty, you know. 4-second penalty for killing a couple of spectators. Not bad, not bad. We're going to cross the line there. Second place. We do have a 4-second penalty to add on though, and well, you can see there I stay in second, so a good couple of seconds down though on first place. It's going to be tough. There's only 2 rallies in a stage. Let me get that the right way around. There's only 2 stages in a rally, so the person in the lead can they can look at the gap they've got and just play it very careful. They can afford to do that. So I guess it does pay to get an early lead in this game, or in this mode. Get that early lead, then you can just play it safe towards the end, depending on how big your gap is. So all I can do now really is, well, just repeat my method of going all out guns blazing and try to win the stage and just hope the other guy dies. But we're just going to come up here, come around this fast right, and obviously too fast because I'm going to die for the second time, and there we go. So crossing the line a good 10 years later, way down on the lead. Well, I mean, he's just in another level compared to me, clearly. A good 9 seconds down there, including the penalty. So I'm going to finish second, and as it turns out, I actually lost a point from that, despite beating 2 people. Not really sure how that works. But okay, I'm going to have to go again then, and this time it's Australia. Now I did this track, or this venue shall we say, in the previous video, video number 1, or episode number 1, and again it was the same story as what you've just seen. Plenty of going quick, but plenty of rolling over and killing spectators as well. But I do question that you only get 4 seconds for killing those spectators. I mean, wow, that's quite a small penalty really for taking people's lives. Oh well, I'm going to go a bit deep there. Luckily there's no spectators there. They quite cleverly put themselves on the inside of that corner. They know I'm coming, I guess, and don't really fancy dying today. So good on them for putting themselves on the inside of that corner. If they are on the outside, they're just asking for death basically for being on the outside. So we're going to have to do a little bit better because, whoa, just riding that corner, riding the bank round there actually helped me round kind of, with some nice oval banking, shall we say. It's like a NASCAR circuit, kind of help hooking me around that corner. Right, as we enter, let's say about a third of the way through this stage, I am almost neck and neck with the leader. So just about second at the moment. I try not to focus on that too much as we speed towards the halfway mark, obviously taking note of the co-driver's instructions as much as possible. It is actually fairly easy once you realise exactly what you need to do for each type of corner. So I mean, like a 5 and a 6, typically you don't really have to brake, you can just go flat out. Maybe for a 5 you might need a bit of a lift if you want to play it safe. 2s and 3s you're definitely going to have to slow down for. Hairpins and 1s, a lot of braking, a lot of hand braking a lot of the time. Get that car really hooked around. Although the open hairpins, when he says open hairpin, you can really kind of throw it around quite quickly. They're not actually that sharp, the open hairpins, from what I have seen so far. Now, the things that gets me the most, I think, is the banking. And you see there, I got so lucky just bouncing off that fence. I think I gained time there, if anything, because of how quickly I went into it. It's the banking on the side that gets me. When I go a little bit too quick, just graze the banking, and my car just does about 4 billion flips, and then I lose 4 seconds or whatever. So just coming round, we've got maybe 10% of the stage or less than that left to go. And again, I was going to say it's neck and neck, but I think I am just ahead. So the guy in second there just relying on me making that Super GT error. I haven't actually made one yet on this stage. Well, I did go into that fence, but luckily I bounced off it. There we go, over the line. I suppose that was the mistake of smashing into the bollard on the finish. But we have actually won a stage by 3 seconds. So, in the lead then, going into stage number 2 of 2, I can afford to, as I've mentioned, just hang back a tiny bit. I don't need to completely push. I guess that is the heart of rallying, or the secret to being good overall in rally, is that you have to know exactly how much you have to push. I'd imagine it probably looks like in, let's say, the WRC, the drivers are just going flat out the entire time. But you know what, maybe if they're in the lead of the rally, they don't need to take as many risks. They can just hold back a little bit. It might not be apparent when you're watching the TV stream, but that may be the case. Okay, so again, as we're looking at the map here, neck and neck between 2 or 3 of us, very close indeed. I am, of course, the orange arrow on the left-hand side, if you're wondering which one I am. So I am just about in the lead as we go through that gate into the right-hander. And again, just going to graze the banking, but just get away with it. So as I've said, I can just take that careful approach. If I spot that I'm going to go too close to the barrier or the fence or the bank or something that can kill me, I can just slow down. That time I got a little bit lucky, but again, just put the anchors on, you know, make sure I don't completely kill myself. So I can have a crash, but just by putting the brakes on, it's just not going to be as bad a crash as it might have been if I had just gone flat out. So quite ominously, this other guy, my rival here, has actually got into the lead. So I must have my wits about me here as we approach 2/3 of the way through the stage. I can't afford to let off completely. 3 seconds is quite easy to lose, and I'm just going to go the wrong side of that fence. But actually I think I straight lined that and gained, if anything. Now on the top right, our names are flashing up and down, so we are actually neck and neck at that point there. So we have a quarter of the stage remaining, or less than that now. Is it going to be a stage victory? I think I'll probably win the whole rally, but we're just looking to win that stage. As we come up to the final corner, a 90-degree right-hander, there we go. And our names were swapping there at the end, but I'm just going to lose by 0.033. I've gained a couple of points. I'm up 2 now. We need 12 for promotion, which is obviously a bit more than it was in Division 3 Tier 7. We're in Division 3 Tier 6 now. We decided to go again, or I decided to go again. I don't know why I say we, because it's not like you're in the car with me. Maybe you are, I don't know. Maybe you are hacking the game. But this car was a little bit more tricky. And when I say a little bit more tricky, I mean like a billion times more tricky. So I thought I'd take the extremely careful approach and just try to really nurse the car around all of the corners. And as you can see here, by the end, I was just a light year ahead. I pretty much didn't crash, except for that. And again, just smashing into the bollard at the end of the stage. So we go again. Now I won that first stage by, as I said, about a light year. So I've got a light year here to play with. So what I decided to do is try to make this the worst stage win of all time, just by throwing in some corkscrews and flips. So coming up this hill, just completely roll the car over by steering onto the banking, and yeah, do a couple of flips, roll over, face backwards, have to reverse, turn around, and even after all that, I'm still a couple of seconds in the lead. So obviously decided that wasn't enough. Let's go for another one. Didn't quite come out the same as the first one, but obviously we did lose a couple of seconds there. Then coming down this hill, we're going to go for the hat trick. Just graze the banking, flip over onto a tree, reset. I couldn't quite recover the vehicle there. Now we're still actually in the lead. We do have a 4-second penalty to contend with. And as we cross the line, smashing into that tree. RIP to the co-driver. And, well, luckily no spectators were included there. We do lose the stage by 4 seconds, but because I won the first one by so long, it was an easy overall victory. So there we go, first place, 4 points. Oh yeah, I'm still in the same tier. It's going to take an absolute year to get up here, because I've noticed that not a huge amount of people seem to be playing this, and I seem to only get 4 people in the lobby at most, sometimes 5, but never the 8 that you can get. But anyway, I do hope you have enjoyed episode number 2 of Road to Division 1. It's going to be a long, rocky road, I can tell, but I do hope you can subscribe if you'd like to see more like this, and hit the like button if you did enjoy this one. And I shall see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, as always. Goodbye.